right, y'all, back with another video. This time reacting to 8 at the Table. And I'm going to react to a single woman talking about dating, being single, and how important it is to be single and getting back on the dating market, all right? So I'm going to play this in real time, first time watching this, and give you guys my reactions. Here we go.
You know when you start dating someone and you kind of like lose yourself? And
Absolutely.
like when you're single, you're like, damn, like I'm on top of my shit.
You flourish.
Like I'm doing everything, you know? I'm kind of in that stage in my life where I'm really like getting shit done and like I'm accomplishing so many goals. So I'm like, I know that like if I do date, it's gonna be like such a setback for me.
So not even like...
Interesting. So she says, it's funny because, you know, there are a lot of women like that who want to focus on their career, right? Focus on their career first, and then at the same time, when what you're doing that, you're making a sacrifice. When it comes to life, there's choices and sacrifices that you make. So when you try to focus on your career and get in the bag, you're sacrificing a relationship with a good quality man, right? And so you're willing to sacrifice that to pursue your career and achievements and all that stuff, which is fine and dandy. But again, you gotta kind of weigh your options here. Like what's more important to you? Being a career orientated, successful woman that's single and lonely, or being with a good quality man, right, that can provide, protect, right, and you can be his support system, right, etc. You could be his muse, right? That, again, when you get a good quality man, and he doesn't have to be a high value man, but someone who can provide and protect for you. Are you willing to wait for that person, or be ready for that person, for that man? Or do you just want to focus on your career? So those are the choices and the sacrifices that you have to make. So.
Casual dating, like just going to have a margarita with somebody or going to a comedy show, or...
I mean, no.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm just so turned off. Well, I went on a date. I went on a date last Friday. It was like my first time dating since the summer. I went on one date in the summer. And then I went on a date again last Friday, and it was okay.
Like, obviously it wasn't spectacular, so like what made it so blah versus being like a really nice, I want to do it again experience?
I think it was just the person.
He was whack?
He wasn't whack, but it was like we had a 9-year age gap, and it was obvious, like, you know when you meet someone, and they're like, have you ever like dated someone older than you, like way older than you?
No.
Or no?
Mm-mm.
Like 9-year age gap?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. So he was very like, oh, like you're so young, like you're younger than me, and like I'm more like experienced and stuff, and like this and that.
So you just kept calling it out, making it uncomfortable?
Yeah, like calling it out and stuff, and I'm...
You picked him. Like, that's the person you picked, so why would you fault? I don't understand that. It's like, women, y'all would just be like, okay, it's the man's fault for XYZ, but you picked him. You chose to have his child. You chose to be in a relationship with him. That was your choice. This is not this is not Eastern society where everything is arranged. But if in that matter, then the divorce rates would be at an all-time low if there was arranged marriages, right? And pretty much preordained relationships. All the rates will be at an all-time low. But again, life is about choices and sacrifices. So you chose to date an older man. This older man kept calling out the age gap. It is what it is. That's the guy that you chose. Why did you choose him? Same goes for him. Why did he chose to go on a date with a younger woman? If he's gonna continue to call it out and make it so obvious, like at the end of the day, your mindset is your mindset, right? Age gap dating, which I constantly always usually do. I always usually date women younger than me, but I'm an adaptive person, so I know how to adapt to situations. So if a woman brings a certain level of energy, brings a certain level of awareness to me, or whatever the case may be, I know how to adapt to what they're talking about. So I can adapt to any situation. I just basically make sure that I'm an adaptive person. So again, you got to understand who you're dealing with and how to respond or react to the person that you're dating, right? So
I'm like,
Chill.
yeah, I'm just like, okay. I was like, if I just want to like vibe with someone and, you know, like they're,
Did you meet him like on a dating app or?
I met him on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of doing dating apps.
That's so funny because like the younger generation, that's what y'all be swiping.
Right. And like I see things on social media about like how funny dating apps are nowadays. Cuz I think it's like Hinge where you have to do like a voice note thingy. Have you seen that? And like they ask you like different questions. I just like watch those on like Twitter and TikTok and I'm just like dying cuz it's like people are like doing accents and like just like saying some like random things about themselves and stuff. So I'm just like, maybe I will go on a dating app, like for shits and giggles.
Let me ask you this. So are your parents together? Are they married? Okay. Are they married to other people?
It's so complicated. My mom, she never got married. So she was like a single mom. My dad, on the other hand, he was married for like 50 years.
50?
Yeah. Oh, my dad is 60.
Wait, but how does your mom?
My mom is like 40, 45.
oh, there you go. So that's the reason why she was into age gap dating, because there was a huge difference between her father and her mother. So that makes sense. But going back to what you were talking about as far as like dating apps, yeah, I used to be on dating apps heavy. Now I completely relinquished myself from dating apps because it's I'm gonna just say it's just very redundant. So, yeah, dating apps are done for me. So I just go back to old school, meeting people live in the flesh, in person, right? Now that I'm kind of used to the dating scene and situations, I kind of know at least a little bit of what to look out for as far as like choosing signals and stuff like that. I kind of know what to look out for. But yes, I'm currently dating, but at the same time, I'm not doing the dating app thing anymore. This shit is done, over with. I'm just gonna go the old school way of meeting people. I'm definitely an outgoing outdoor person, so I'm always out and about, and I'm out and about not in a out in the streets kind of way. I'm out and about in a fitness, mental, physical awareness and wellness kind of way. I'm always working out. I'm always outdoors. I'm always trying to better myself physically and mentally. So when you're out there doing that, you're going to meet like-minded people, which is a great thing. Instead of out there on the streets, going to clubs and stuff like that and having that negative energy, you're going to attract those kind of negative people in your life, which is what I don't want to do, right?
Oh, it's like 15 years. It's not a big difference. Okay.
But my dad, he was married to my stepmom since they were 17. I think she was 16, he was 17. And then they just had to like recently divorce for like legal reasons. I don't even know.
Okay, so I guess I'm just trying to figure out like your aversion to dating. Like I get that it's weird out here, like the dating pool has piss in it or whatever, I get it. But like, I think a lot of older women, whether it's 5, 10, 15 years older than you would be like, yes, have your time to yourself, but you should still be out here testing the water, seeing what you like while still learning about yourself, while still figuring out what it is you like. Because if you're not out there being able to pick and choose what you like, how will you ever know what it is that you want? Do you think you'll end up maybe wasting too much time focusing on yourself?
Right.
And maybe having your good years pass you by, or having like, these prime years, if you will, pass you by?
I think the thing about me is that I don't like to admit, but I'm like finally like just I've recently just admitted it to myself. I think I was like really scarred from my last relationship, or it's kind of like it's a thing where like it took me a while to move on, type thing. But
was it like your first real serious relationship?
it wasn't my first real serious relationship, but
No, I'm gonna stop it right there. So I don't know. I don't know, but she strikes me as a Cancer. Cancer are very emotional people. They hold a lot of things in, but she has Cancer qualities as far as like being so, bothered and not getting over her last relationship, which is affecting her future relationships with other potential good quality men that's out there. But at the same time, going back to what they were saying earlier about, focusing on your career, focusing on yourself, and letting your prime years pass you by. There's so many women out there who are going through that right now, where they focus on their career. They've made choices and they made sacrifices, and they end up being single, lonely, but they got a great job, they got a great career, but they don't have the family that they wanted. They don't have they're not waking up besides their mate, their male, their husband. They're not doing that. It's always the same routine about themselves, and women all need that, and they're lacking that in that situation, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that I'm a huge component on marriage, even though I've been married for a long time, but I definitely want to get back into that realm of being, with someone and being my muse, being my counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's able to add value to my life, right? So that's what a man needs. And it's unfortunate that women choose to be more focused on themselves than focusing on the man and the good quality man that they should have, right? All right, so anyway, those are my thoughts on that, fam. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this video, my reaction video. Stay tuned for more. Till next time, signing out. Peace.